Hello, I am Darla Boljat. My company is DK Boljat, and this is my channel too, DK Boljat. And I am in the process of painting this beautiful little hummingbird. She was on the feeder and she was just lovely. So I took a picture of her and I'm working on her, and that's what the series has been about lately. I'm using acrylic paint, and I have a round 3-0 brush. This is a Princeton, but it doesn't matter. You could get any round 3-0 brush, 3/0 that's made for acrylics or multimedia. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can redo her eye a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, and also fill it in a little bit more. It's not really shaped like a human being's eye, but I'm just going to get a little bit more black on there. Define it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, bring up the top just a little bit. Yeah, that's probably big enough, I think. The illusion is her eyeball looks a lot bigger in the picture. And then I've got a bigger brush that I will grab. That is the one I was using last time. It's a 5-0. I dipped it in the water. I'm going to get a little bit of black, which is actually burnt umber and ultramarine. And together they make a beautiful black. You can use it for shadows. You can use it for pretty much anything as far as that you would use black for, you know. Okay, I'm going to fill in the feather from her wing. I'm going to need to remove the little bit of texture I've got going on. I don't want that to happen. And then her other wing, so her other wing shows on the other side, and I'm going to do that because we're going to perch her on a branch. We'll do that. So I'm going to bring that down too, and that is from about here down. Yeah, we'll perch her on a branch. It's going to go towards the other feather. Because she's sitting on a feeder, so I'm going to need to improvise where she's sitting and make it be easily conveying what I want it to convey, which is the beauty of a hummingbird. They're so intricate, they're just delicate, you know, and maybe not as delicate as you'd think. Like I had one die and I had to pick it up to, you know, bury it, and you know what, they may be more rugged than you might think, but they look delicate. So I'm going to bring this around for her tail, and it died when we had the 17-degree wind chill factor. It was laying in the snow, so I felt really bad. And I think I mentioned in an earlier video, I have videos of a hummingbird feeder heater, if they still continue to make the Christmas lights like they used to have, where they're incandescent and not the new LED. LED doesn't do it, it's not warm. So I'm gonna get some gray, and I'm gonna put that into its little body here and make it shadow right between these little feathers. And don't be alarmed or don't be worried if yours is not perfect, if you're trying to paint this and it's not perfect yet. And just do the best you can. And the more you practice, the better you'll get. Especially if there's a desire to do it, the more you practice, the better you'll get. Get a little white here, make this a lighter gray. She looks kind of sporty. I'm gonna put some green also right over the top of that. Maybe that little light line on the edge. There we go. And then I'm gonna see here. We've got like a little bit of blurry in this picture that I'm looking at, the reference photo. So I'm gonna put that right in here, a little blurry feathers. this color. And then she's got feathers coming over the top of this that are lighter green. And then we'll put a little bit down her tummy too, or on her chest. Yeah, that'll work. I hope that you are enjoying your day. Are you painting? If so, let me know. I'd love to hear. Are you an artist? Do you paint in acrylics? Or are you wanting to paint in acrylics? No time like the present, right? I teach acrylic classes on Sunday nights, or Sunday afternoons, and that's it, just Sunday afternoon, because I learned that I need to have time to paint in my life, and there's a lot of things to do in between that, so it's like, I quit teaching more than that for now. Bring a little white in here. And then she's got like a gray. I grab a little bit of gray, which is just a little bit of the burnt umber and ultramarine mixed together with a little bit of white. And then I'll put that on there too. So I'm gonna just keep working on her little feathers here. If you paint, what do you paint, and how long have you been painting? I'd love to hear. You can leave me a comment. I'm bring in the white. Let's bring the white in. Put a little bit of white mixed here. Normally, I have a much nicer, more pleasing palette, but right now I am in the midst of putting in just background color, kind of. I'm not too much detail, I think. More just the suggestion of where those feathers are. So her little feathers come out to there. I'm gonna just put that in there. There we go. Get a little white. And then underneath her chin, there are dots. We'll make sure and get those in there. Little flecks of black. There we go. Yep, and then I need to get all the blue out. So there's still blue from the sky background, because we started with the sky and we just went right over it. Acrylic is forgiving, you can paint right over it. So if you don't like something on here, you can change it. We get all done. If you don't like it, you can gesso over it and paint it again. It's just forgiving. I mean, you don't have to be stuck with something you don't like, but a lot of times you can change it too. So that's the fun part, is changing it and making it more like you want it. I have my little buddy Watson, my cat. He's laying here taking a nap, so he's right there laying on the chair. See if I can put a little bit more white in here. And these feathers are not going to be this, I need this to be less wet, so I'm going to take out a Q-tip and pick up some of the water, because I need that to come out like a feather, and it's not gonna if I have too much water in it. There we go. And that feather's just going to have to be made a little bit less curly. And I'm just going over that little bit of gray. She's got a little light coming from behind her tail, and I'm thinking it could be the same in this picture. Thinking it might just be fine. I'm going to turn her upside down to do that because I want to come from that angle. Turning the reference photo upside down as well. I'm just going to come in here and put a little bit of light at the end of the tail. And I can make it a little bit less defined by using a damp brush. There we go. Just put that little bit of light coming on the base of the tail there. Turn her back. You can put black back on there, blend it right to the edge. And she's got little, like I said, little flecks of black underneath her beak. I can show you. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm going to paint those in. And they are underneath her chin. A little bit more paint. And then she also has like a spot that is, you can still see the light color behind it. And then we get a little bit of white with it. Let's see, we got white right here. It's just a lighter gray. That'll work. We'll put that right underneath. There's some gray ones there too. Not quite black, and just sort of gray. And I've got a lot of texture here. I'm just going to use my gloved finger and take off the extra texture. Okay, so I've got more black I can put on there, where the spots are. Yeah, there we go. And the top of the beak is sort of silver instead of being, again, I'm going to take the finger and just take off some of that. So it's not so much texture from me painting it on there. I can turn her sideways to work on the beak again. The bottom part is a nice black, but the top part is not as sharp and it's not black. It is sort of a, I would say silver color. So I'm going to start with the bottom of her beak, and it's going to go this way. So I can get a nice angle to put that line in. Makes it a lot easier. I have the paintbrush loaded, but I've also rolled it, so you can kind of see what I'm doing on here. I'm rolling it. so that it's nice and pointy. It's like an ink pen pretty much. There we go. I'm going to come back, and then I can put the other color on the top. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Is on the top. So I will need to go the opposite way. It will be like so. There we go. And I'll put that gray color right on the top. Silver, gray, whatever. It's sort of it's where the light's hitting the black. So we're going to try to give the illusion that that's where the light's hitting the black. And I can come back with black. So I'm going to do that. And go this way. And come back with some black. It might be coming in from the other angle. That's what it is. There we go. Like so. Some black loaded up on my brush. Actually, burnt umber and ultramarine. And I have it nice and flat. You can kind of see how sharp that is. Go nice and slow, but steady. I don't want to make multiple brushes. I don't want to be brushing back and forth. Because it'll look like something else. There we go. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good. Did I get black on here, or is this it's just a fleck of black? Okay, all right. So the white spots kind of meld, or the black spots kind of meld into each other. I'm gonna make that happen with more black, where they're kind of melding into each other, and then I'm gonna call her done for today, and come back on the next video. And I hope you join me. I'm really glad you joined me today. I am an acrylic and oil artist. I live in Sherwood, Oregon, and I have been painting since 2004 is when I started, and I began teaching in 2006, and then I formed my company in 2009, and I just keep painting. I really like painting. Painting should not be pressured. You shouldn't have a lot of pressure to make it look a certain way, or try to fight it. It's like life. If you are just able to go with what's happening and work with it, you can make it the way you want it. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but let me see if I can bring down some feathers, and I'm going to call it done. That's this time, and I'll be done for sure. So a little bit of that. Looks like it's kind of got a little bit of tan in there, which I don't really have, but I can start with a little bit of white first. With those feathers coming from her chest over the top of that. And the only part I see extra white up here is in between these two spots here, and then underneath her chin she has a little streak of white right here, like a little patch of it. There we go. And I think we left the white pretty well over here. I think that'll be fine. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. I will continue series where I'm painting something. It will be whatever's on the easel, what's on the easel for today kind of thing, and I will continue to do shorts too. I haven't done any shorts for a while. I will do more shorts too. I don't know if you watch the shorts, but I have quite a few on there, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you like this video. This can be blended out a little bit. I've got white on my brush right now. And I'm just going to dampen down the brush and blend it to what's behind it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and please like this video and please subscribe to my channel. All right. Have a great day.